Up there, okay. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review one of the rarest, most sought after collectible VHS shot on video horror films of all time, Tales from the Quadead Zone. And I heard about this movie. There was a movie that came out called Adjust Your Tracking. I found it from my buddy John, and he said it was a DVD about VHS tapes of people who collect them, and mostly around horror and stuff like that, but in different, and it was a documentary. And I finally saw it, a great movie, and they kept talking about this movie called Tales from the Quadead Zone. And they said it's really hard to find. And this guy, Chester M. Turner, who directed a movie called Black Devil Doll from Hell, and then like 2 years later he directed this one. Now, back in the 80s, with the horror genre and stuff like that, a lot of filmmakers started doing shot-on-video horror films. Some of the prime examples are movies like Boarding House, which I was a big fan of. A movie called Sledgehammer, but I thought Sledgehammer was boring. Not to be confused with a Sledgehammer on ABC, because I saw Sledgehammer years later on YouTube, and I thought it was a boring film. Movies like Truth or Dare, Critical Madness, Killing Spree, Revenge, Blood Cult, Forever Evil. Tom Savini did one called The Ripper. Those were all very entertaining movies. Now, with this one, with Black Devil Doll from Hell, after I saw it, I remember I saw it on, I knew it was on YouTube. I saw like little bits and pieces of it. I finally saw the whole movie, and I finally reviewed it. And the one thing that wasn't on there was Tales from the Quadead Zone. Now, with this movie, like I said, so rare that it was selling on eBay for like $600, $800 if you get one. And then some people were selling for like $1,000 or $2,000. And I was thinking about the movie. I know my buddy John, we were going to play D&D. About ready to go, and I was looking on YouTube because I forgot about the movie. And I found it is on YouTube. The whole movie, an hour and 2 minutes. There's Maggie in the background. Uploaded by like 11 months ago. So I definitely wanted to watch the movie. I watched it about an hour or so ago. And it's wonderfully horrible. You know, a guilty pleasure is a good word for it. I mean, but it's like, I say so bad. It's really a terrible movie. Low budget. Now, they said the budget for Black Devil Doll from Hell on IMDb $8,000. They said the budget for this was $11,000. And filmed in '87, because that's why I was in the Army. And basically it starts off with a really bad, like a rap song until it's really hilariously awful. The lyrics are really bad. And there's like these little crayon drawings that they show that was filmed really horrible. And it starts off with this mother talking to her son who's a ghost. And they said, "What do you want mommy to read you?" And then you see this book appear. And it's like this giant book. And it had like a slipcover on. I think it's like whenever my parents were married, they got like this big white Bible, right? But I mean, they had like a slipcover say Tales from Quadrant. I think they used one of those. Because you saw the pages around were gold. They used that as a book. And he said, "Okay, I'll read the story." And the first story is about like this family. And they're just gathered around the table. And this guy rings the bell and he says, "Lord, we don't have enough money to eat. We only have enough, we have 8 people, we only have enough food for 4. And there's 4 sandwiches right there." And when he rings the bell, they all grab a sandwich. And then whoever doesn't grab a sandwich don't get to eat. What they should have done, I saw cinema style meant the same thing. They could have cut each sandwich in half. But one had a half a sandwich. And I don't want to go into more about that. Then the next story is called The Brothers, about these guys who go to take this one guy's brother out of a funeral home. And they asked the brother why he wanted to do it, and he said for revenge. I don't want to give away any more, but I mean, it's very badly done, but very entertaining in its own awfulness. The only problem it has is, like, a lot of times the audio gets drowned out by the cheap keyboard music. And there's a scene where they're trying to do like weird visual trick, and it's hard to hear what they're saying. That's my biggest flaw of the movie. It's awful, but it's on YouTube. I mean, You know, I give it a 7 out of 10. I would have given it higher if the audio wouldn't been so drowned out. It's one of those, Maggie, what are you doing? Running all over you, crazy geel? But I loved it in its own weird, cheesy way. So that's my review of Tales from the Tales from the Quadead Zone, and quad means 4. And there's 3 stories, technically. There's supposed to be 4. I think that's when they left out Black Devil Doll, so they didn't include that one, but the movie's only an hour, 2 minutes long. The 2 stories about the family that did the food, and then the brothers, and then that story of the ghost son is like a wraparound type thing. Hope you like this review. I told John about it. I sent him the link. He probably thinks the movie sucks, but I mean, that's fine. Most people probably think the movie sucks, but I couldn't imagine spending a couple $1,000s for it, but it's really sought after, but you just can't find it. And some people are completists and have seen it. I wanted to see it anyways. I'm glad that it was uploaded on YouTube, so I got to check it out. Great late night viewing. I just wish the audio was better in places. Because sometimes the audio was you couldn't make out what they were saying. That's my biggest flaw with the movie. So I hope you like this review of Tales from the Quadead Zone. Until next time, bye please. Take care, my legion.